VOC or low VOC paint before? Okay, a couple people. And there's a lot of them out there now as the demand is growing for these. One thing to keep in mind is that when you look for a no VOC or low VOC paint, is to look on the label on the side and see if they've taken the rest of the toxic stuff out of it. So there's a number of no VOC or low VOC paints out there now, but for example, if you go to Home Depot and you want to buy some Fresh Air, which is their no VOC paint, that's great. I'm glad they've made a no VOC paint, but you look on the side and it still says known to cause cancer in the state of California. Why is that? Well, because they haven't taken the rest of the toxins out of it as well. So if you look for a paint like Mythic or AFM Safe Coat, those products were just, the formulation is just completely different. So they started without the toxins and without the VOCs. Anybody know what VOC is, or does everybody know what that is? Volatile organic compounds. So that's the stuff that makes the paint smell. Gives you that, you know, everybody goes, oh, it smells fresh in here, it smells freshly painted. Yeah, well, that's bad for you. So when you're looking for a paint, look for that. Now, so there's some other options for indoors as well on the walls. And a couple of options is a natural lime or a natural clay finish. Now, what's great about that is that, for example, eco stucco or other types of limestone plasters actually breathe. So limestone has a process. What happens is that limestone used to be put in a field, now it's cured in some ways. I think it releases CO2, and then when you put it on the wall, it actually goes through a chemical reaction. It's pulling CO2 out of the air, which is the carbon that is the stuff that damages our ozone layer and all of that. So what happens, as it cures, it's actually pulling the CO2 out of the air and creating better indoor air quality in your home. The reason it's doing that is there's a chemical reaction that's going on that's actually creating that limestone slurry back into an actual limestone. So it actually cures, and you end up with limestone on your wall again, like like sort of the original limestone stone. That's a great option. Another option like that is American clay or other clay-based paints or clay-based surfaces that you can put on your wall. Again, they really breathe and create a better indoor air quality. And then the other thing I want to talk about is carpet. Carpet is probably one of the most toxic things that we have in our home. So the first thing that I would recommend is consider not having carpet. And then if you do have carpet, look for recycled options. 3 minutes, okay. Okay. So what I have here is an example of the Interface company. They have something called Floor. They invented carpet tiles. All of us know carpet tiles. They have gone beyond and beyond and beyond, and now they actually, in corporations, for the corporate setting, have a carpet leasing program where they put carpet tiles in. When the carpet tiles wear out, they come in and take the carpet tiles away and replace them with new ones. The ones they've taken away are completely recyclable. They take the top, middle, and bottom and separate the three and make them into a new top, middle, and bottom and create new carpet. So they're an amazing company. Their residential product is called Floor, F-L-O-R, which is also carpet tiles, but you can put them together in a way that makes a beautiful application. Okay, let's look at formulation. Recycle, first of all. Looking for more recycled content. I'm going to talk about countertops here primarily, and there's a number of different options, and I have most of those samples up here. But we have countertop materials made out of porcelain, glass, and mirrors, countertop materials made out of Sky vodka bottles, made out of car windshields over on the right-hand side, made out of beer bottles and mother of pearl, and also made out of aluminum shavings. So there are incredible options out there when you look at things like countertops, and this is one of the places where we see recycled content being used the most. Reclaimed is another thing to look at when you're looking at a formulation of the product. You know, if you can get a floor that came out of an old barn, or get a piece of furniture that's made from, you know, a fallen tree or something like that, and reclaimed, then that's better. People sometimes ask me, I have oak, you know, would it be better for me to put in cork or bamboo? The better thing is leave what's there. You know, that's the #1 rule. Can you leave it? Is it in good shape? Are those cabinets in good shape? Don't replace them. you know, paint them maybe, but the best thing is to leave what's there. And then if you do replace, looking at reclaim is another possibility to consider. The other thing is when we look at formulation, we look at things that are rapidly renewable. For example, cork floors or bamboo floors are rapidly renewable, and I just clicked through, and I also have marmoleum or natural linoleum up there as well, which is just made out of basically sawdust and something called jute and I'm forgetting the third ingredient for a second. What is it? Linseed oil. Thank you, linseed oil. And then the final thing when we look at formulation is FSC certification. FSC stands for Forest Stewardship Council. What that means is that the forest has been managed, and they don't clear cut the forest, but they look at the forest and say, okay, we're going to take that tree, and we're going to take that tree, and we're going to leave that one, and we're going to take that one. And then they replant accordingly. And so one of the things that I recommend when you look at products that aren't rapidly renewable, for example an oak or a maple, is that you look for something that's FSC certified. It means it's come from a forest that's been managed well. There's other third-party bodies like this who do this kind of certification, but none really as well-known and as reputable really as FSC. So that's the one that I recommend if you're looking at things like flooring or cabinetry. All of those, there are FSC certified options within that. Okay, am I at the end of my 3 minutes? More or less? Okay, great. I just wanted to mention that most of the products that I showed up there, I have up here, so, and some more. So I'm happy to, you know, sort of show you more of what's up here.
Thank you. So before we open it up to questions.